College programs must be competitive in name, image, and likeness, NIL, and the Florida Gators are trying to do just that. And you, Florida Gators fans, can help do that by signing up with GatorCollective.com. Join the Gator Collective, and you can get more exclusive access and content like this interview with Paige Clausen of the Florida Gators women's basketball team.
You are Locked On Gators, your daily podcast on the Florida Gators. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Joining me now for Locked On Gators is Paige Clausen of the Florida Gators women's basketball team. And Paige, I'm just going to get right into it. How was your first season on the Florida Gators women's basketball team?
My first season was amazing. It's better than anything I could have dreamed of. I'm not sure if anyone knows, but I'm a walk-on. So last year I went here. I didn't play on the team, but I walked on the team this year. And last year I was dreaming about playing college basketball, and for it to actually come true this year has been insane. I've loved building bonds with my teammates, and playing and repping the Gator uniform is definitely something that I never thought that I'd have the chance to do, but it's been an amazing opportunity.
Yeah, in high school you were kind of a baller, right? Because you had almost 23 points per game, 11
Mhm.
rebounds per game, somehow over 5 steals per game, nearly 4 assists per game. Just why did you annihilate everybody that you faced in high school?
Honestly, I really don't know. So I originally lived in Maryland, and I played there my first 3 years of high school, and then my senior year, I moved to Naples. My coach, my senior year in Naples, he was amazing. He really developed me and gave me the confidence that I needed and put me in a really great position that I was able to do that. But I also had really great teammates, and I don't know, it was just like a switch that clicked, and I guess, I don't know, I just balled out that year.
Yeah, I mean, that is the over 5 steals per game thing is insane to me. Like, that's like that old VCU trapping defense of, like,
Mhm.
Shaka Smart, I think it was is his name. And they were just insane with that. But now that you've gone through your first season, first regular season, how does it feel to kind of be going through the postseason now in your first year?
It feels good. This is, like, all new to me. So, I mean, the season has been long, but I think it's a great opportunity that we're still playing. A lot of the teams, don't really make it past March, so it's a great time to continue to build and develop as a team and continue to win games, go farther.
Yeah, and obviously this season, like you said, it was long. There were clearly ups and downs, highs and lows,
Mhm.
however you want to go about it. But how did the team just kind of handle that, we'll say, turbulence throughout this entire year?
Yeah, so I think we stayed together throughout the whole process. All the ups and downs like brought us closer as a team, and we celebrated together. And for the games that we lost, like we struggled together, but I think everything brought us closer and helped build the bonds of us. So
Yeah, and I would be a fool if I didn't ask about this game. But what was going through your, and you're the first spotlight that we're doing here, so I'm
mhm.
glad that I get to ask you, and this has to be the first one. But what was going through your mind during that Kentucky SEC tournament, whatever you want to call it, the 22-minute delay between that we'll say fight that happened?
I think that we were just locked in on finishing the game. Uh, just going through and putting our best effort and not trying to leave anything left out on the table. So try to finish the season.
Yeah, it was. I'll say that was an intense one to be watching, but also just because this was your first season with the team, this was Coach Kelly Rae Finley's first official season as, like, she had the entire off season as the head coach. 'Cause
Mhm.
she got hired, of course, she got hired permanently at the end of last season. So, what was your experience with Coach Kelly Rae Finley, who everybody just beams about all the time?
Yes, Kelly is an amazing person, an amazing coach. The thing that really stands out about her is that she cares about us, like, individually, regardless, like, outside of basketball. She puts us before like, she puts our best interests first, which I think is super important and unique to a lot of Division I basketball coaches. She's super caring, compassionate, and, like, for me, especially because I'm a walk-on, I've heard a lot of stories about walk-ons not being treated the same or, like, they're thought of less or treated, like, worse than everyone else, but that has never been my experience. From the day that I joined the team, I was always equal to everyone, and she emphasized that and, like, made sure that I felt welcome, and I just love her so much. She's a great coach, great person, great mentor, so, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm super
I don't
happy that she's my coach.
I don't think anybody's ever said a negative thing about her.
I don't think so either.
I haven't I've done, I think now 6 just women's basketball interviews in general, and I
Mhm.
don't think I've heard a single negative thing about
Yeah.
Coach Finley, so that
She
is awesome.
she's just such a positive person, it's hard to say anything bad about her because she's always, like, a shining bright in the room. Every day we have a workout, she comes in, greets everyone with a hug, and is always super hype and happy, so seeing her is always a great start of the day.
Yeah, that just sounds awesome to have because 'cause I've had some crappy coaches in my life, so it sounds awesome to have that. Also, like, I know you wear number 22 now. Is there any
Mhm.
significance to that? Because I know a lot of people feel connected to a number, and some people are just like, "It was available."
No, I just randomly got 22. My whole life, I was always 33, but then coming here, I was 22, and I like it. I like the double digit numbers, like the same number, and especially because like, this was the 22-23 season, 22 for your 2022. I like it, I like it.
Yeah, I dig it. I was always number 2 is my lucky number, and if 2 wasn't there, I was like, "Alright, 22 then, I'm getting both of them." So,
Oh, so
that
we
was
share the
always like
same
my
number.
yeah, that was always my go-to. So, thank you for that. And do you have any pregame, we'll say, rituals or routines that you do?
Mm, no, not really. I mean, a lot of the pre-games, I I do homework before, like, not right
Mm.
before, but I gotta get on the student athlete grind. But, as a team, we a lot of times listen to music in the locker room, get really hype, dance. My team loves to dance, so that's something that we do.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. March Madness is the best time to bet on sports, and you can do that with FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook. New customers get a no sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if your first bet misses. Don't miss out. Make yourself some money. Okay, just do that because March Madness has been profitable. Unders, they smash in March Madness. That's what it is. But you can go and make yourself some money with fanduel.com/locked on. Go to fanduel.com/locked on to learn more. Who is probably the most played artist in that locker room?
Ooh, I don't know, there's so many. Um, I couldn't tell you, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just so many.
Do you have someone who's usually on the aux, or is it just like rotating through?
A lot of times it's KK.
Okay, all right. Because I know the football team has Xavier Henderson, and he always plays Rod Wave, and that's like the main thing that gets played for them. Which I cannot say I've ever listened to him, but I
A lot
also
of To be fair, a lot of the music, like, I this is my first year hearing a lot of the music, so I'm not, like, too familiar with it, but it gets us all hyped, so does the job.
all that matters. It's
Yes,
all that matters.
exactly.
Prior to walking on to the team, you mentioned that like you had dreamed of playing college basketball. Would you
Mhm.
just go play pickup ball and destroy people? Was that what
Yeah,
you did?
that's exactly what I did. I would go to student rec in Southwest, like, every day, and I would just play pickup. Yeah, and a lot of the friends that I have now, I made through playing pickup, and they were some of the people that motivated me to walk on. So it's super cool that like they were with me for the whole process. Last year, when I was talking to them about like wanting to walk on, and they were encouraging me, they would actually like put me through training sessions and like put me through intense workouts. So they are definitely a big part of why I'm here today.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I was like working at a summer camp in the summer, and obviously, and there was a JUCO women's basketball player, and she would show up and just wreck us every single day, and it was one of the most demoralizing things I've ever gone through. So that was a lot of fun, and that I'm just imagining that's like the same thing with you. But before I let you go, I am gonna put you on the spot a little bit here. Um, I need you to, and again, I know I did not inform you of this, but I'm gonna see if you are willing to pitch a stock, because I know
Okay.
that you're big on investing, you're a finance major, so I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Okay, this is actually funny because I have a bunch of investment banking interviews coming up, and for some of the questions they ask, like sometimes they'll ask to run through a stock pitch or pitch a stock. So, like yesterday, I was going through one of the general managers and I was pitching her a stock. Okay, so a stock that I would pitch is Roku. It is a streaming service platform, and we believed that Roku would be a good beneficiary of the trend where a lot of people were moving away from watching TV and shifting towards streaming. And the part of our thesis for why you should invest is because it had a competitive advantage in the way that it manufactured its operating systems. And then we believe that there was a lot of opportunities in the international markets because it had experience expanding into price sensitive countries. And then we believe that it would be able to implement the same strategy in like the first country that it expanded to into a lot of the other ones. And there's a lot of other stuff, but I feel like I don't want to bore you too much.
I was an
But
economics major, so
oh,
that
okay,
stuff
okay.
isn't gonna bore me at all.
Okay, well, yeah. I pitched that company, with I was on a stock pitch team last year, and we went to University of Virginia and did a stock pitch competition there, and we ended up getting first place, so that was super
Oh,
cool experience.
okay. I knew that you were last season pitching stock. I didn't realize that
Mhm.
you won that, so that is awesome. What got you, let's say, interested in finance and investing?
Um, Investing, so there's a organization called Gator Student Investment Fund, and last year I had heard about that and that, like, it was a great fund to join, like, in terms of building your skills and just, like, teaching you a lot about finance. So, I ended up joining that. Before that, I had no prior experience in finance. I knew what a stock was, but not really, like, I knew that you invest and you can make money, but I didn't really know what it was, and I didn't know anything about pitching stocks until I joined the fund, and then I met a lot of older students who were, like, mentors to me, and they taught me a lot, and that's what really got me into finance and investing, and ultimately, now I'm trying to pursue investment banking, and that was what, um, kinda motivated me to do investment banking as well.
Awesome. That's awesome to hear, because when I did my economic stuff, I did not go into college being like, "That's what I'm gonna do." So that's awesome to hear and great to see that you're interested in that, but
Thank
thank
you.
thank you so much, Paige. This was Paige Clausen of the Florida Gators women's basketball team. Catch her on the court with the Gators this Monday, hopefully winning again and extending the
Yes.
season and in the future.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Brandon.